Hello, my darlings. How are you? Sorry I'm late. I did that. Oh, my Zoom's all working and then I had to sign in. Standard. Amy and I are going for the same hairdo today. It's called the third day of hair. Don't care. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm on. I was like,
Might be a bit more than 3.
Oh, is it? Well, I've got greasy hair though. I've got greasy scalp. Well, I've got greasy everything. That sounds really rude. I didn't mean like that. But do you know, I've just got like, I'm one of those people that I've got, because I'm Mediterranean, I've got like oily skin, oily scalp, lots of hair. And day 3 is just not a day for me. It's got to be 1, 2, or we're done, I'm afraid. How are you, my love? How's your week been?
Wow, the extended non-hair washing is a post-COVID thing. I'm absolutely shattered. I'm sleeping like nobody's business. The work stuff, I think, is getting there. I've got my OC health report, so hopefully, and it says, you know, shouldn't be put back into
do not pass go, do not collect 200 quid
environment. Do not put in that team, because I asked for it to be amended because it said until symptoms subside, and I said no. At the moment my symptoms have subsided because I'm not there. If you send me back there, I will want to jump off a bridge again. So no, thank you. Please just say not to work there. But they have done that.
Oh, good.
So hopefully that should get sorted.
Yay.
So I've booked myself a facial and a
Love it.
back, neck, shoulder, scalp. I hold so much tension in here. So, you know, after COVID, all my skincare has gone out the window.
Oh, bless you.
I feel minging basically. So I want to go and have a little pamper.
Yeah, a little reset. Nice. Yeah. Love it. Why not? I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes we just need that, don't we? And somebody else to look after us every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to come cheap, but I'll worry about that another day. I need to just have something
for your soul.
Yeah,
I get it. Did I see that am I wrong in thinking you're doing some kind of business on the side now? Are you doing network marketing? Is there some?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
So I was really like picking myself up and doing the things you're supposed to do and putting myself out there, and it was starting to feel good and normal for strangers to, you know, like my reels are scary and all of that.
You get used to them, but I get you.
And then with COVID, it was just like I've done bugger all.
That's okay.
I mean, surviving.
This is the thing. So obviously, you know, I was really ill for several months, and I just did the bare minimum because I have to. No one else is going to do it, right? But then now I'm feeling a lot better. I'm building up momentum again, and it comes back again.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not gone. It's just paused and slipped a little bit. That's it.
I mean, at the moment, I've started to post things again, but there's nothing with me on it at the moment because I just feel no one needs to see this.
Well, I think you look lovely.
Just lucky. You just get lucky. You get to see this.
Darling, I think you look lovely. I mean, as I said, we're going with matching hairdos, but you don't look like you're on death's door. You really don't. So, but then, you know, even if you want to make a reel but you don't want to be on it, video something and put your voiceover on, because then people are still banging to you. It doesn't look like you've just nicked, you know. I think the problem with not the problem with network marketing, but a common theme through network marketing is people just reposting other people's stuff. And if you've got, for a while I was like, I had a lot of Body Shop clients. I was doing a lot of stuff with Body Shop. I was doing a lot of stuff with the Body Shop regional managers and all that kind of stuff. And my whole feed was full of Body Shop consultants following me, right? But now I'm afraid I'm a public figure. That's weird, that shit on Facebook now. Anyway, that's another story. I'm a public figure, so I don't have friends, I have followers. And then they tell me to look after my fans. Ew, it makes my toes just go, ugh.
Oh, how okay.
Oh, yeah, right. Like, woo. It's like bizarre. It makes my toes literally curl. I got a notification yesterday saying your fans are really engaged with you. And I'm like, ooh. Anyway, so because I had a lot of Body Shop people in my feed, I used to see the same thing again and again and again and again. And it's like one person posts it and then everybody does it. So I think there's a lot to be said. I mean, Sally, you have a network marketing or a couple of network marketing. Am I making that up?
So yes, I'm closing some doors and opening some new ones because I'm very unaligned with what I'm doing. I need to go back to actually what I love. But yes, I'm so tired of seeing that repeat.
Yeah.
I scroll and I'm like, oh, people put original posts. That's just, at the moment, it's this app that you watch adverts and can earn money from.
Oh, God. Yes. And John Lewis is going to pay, Harrods is going to pay you £20,000 a month, that one.
I think there's several. I think there's several. It's just like, what? I'm deleting people.
Just so this is my thoughts on social media. When somebody annoys me, I have a word and just think, do I need to see their stuff? If I don't, I just unfollow them, or I just I don't see their stuff. You know, if I think it's somebody that wants to see my stuff, but I don't want to see theirs, I just unfollow rather than unfriend.
You can take a break, can't you?
So yeah.
People have taken a break from, and then their stuff doesn't pop up anymore, and life's nicer.
But Amy, you can be creative without having to show your face. I know, because if you scroll back down to like when did I get ill? I got really ill from August. So if you go to my stuff in like August, September, October, there's very little live videos and me in things. There's just a lot of, I used to stage things up, or, you know, there's some videos of me when I'm attached to an ECG. What was I doing? I don't even know. I've seen it. I'm going to have to delete them with like a cord around my neck with the ECG machine. Very odd. But yeah. Just think about it. What is it that you're doing? Do you actually enjoy it? What is it? What's the company?
So it's a new company. So there was a company that closed down quite unexpectedly just before the launch of their collagen. And a lot of us were waiting for the collagen. So two of the quite high up ladies decided to do it for themselves.
Oh, right.
So it's a brand new like baby company.
Is one of those women the ones that you've been posting with?
There is some people that tag others when they post.
There's one that you were on a Zoom with them or something.
Oh yeah, they basically spoke to me on a Zoom so that I would be comfortable to be on a video again.
Okay, that's nice. Are those the founders?
No.
Oh, good, because one of them's quite negative.
Chelsea.
I don't know who she was. Just her. I don't know her at all. But just from her body language and from how she was holding herself, I went, ooh.
Yeah, one of them. She's quite rough and ready, but she's got a heart of gold.
Okay.
But that was just a chat.
Oh, right.
And I made myself go to the launch party.
Good.
I stayed. I didn't know anyone. I stayed in a room with someone that could have killed me, but didn't. She was actually a hairdresser, so she did my hair. So I was very happy with that.
Oh, I saw that. It looked lovely.
Yeah, and I had a really good night out. But I had to really push myself to go.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've been feeling absolutely
shizzle. Yeah.
So I just decided to just say yes and just go.
That's the thing about network marketing companies, that they do really, really well. There's a lot of personal development. I mean, some of it's a little bit cheesy and a little bit rah. But if you hang around with these people, you can get inspired.
I literally feel like I just walked into a room of friends I didn't know yet.
Yeah. And that's what they do really well. You can meet other women, like, and have friends.
Yeah, and it was a proper like little party.
Aww.
And I got up and danced, and oh my god, for about 2 days my back was like dead.
But you enjoyed it though. It's good for the soul.
I just made myself go, and I like the collagen. Because I've actually got nails for a change. I've actually had to cut them for the first time ever.
Wow.
And yeah, so
do you know how you can tell that collagen's really working?
Oh.
I've got a secret test.
Okay.
If you rub your elbow and it feels smooth and not bumpy, you know that the collagen's really working. Everyone's gonna I'm gonna have a whole group of people now rubbing their elbows. But when it feels smooth and it feels like soft, it doesn't feel like, you know, like that turkey skin, I call it. You know, the one that's bobbly and red. I don't know what it's probably called. Sally will know. But you know, that kind of rough texture that feels. And the more you take your collagen, the better it gets.
Oh, I'll pay attention to my elbows as well then.
Yes, and then when your elbows look good, that's a post in itself.
We will be there like that.
Yeah, but if you say to people, do you want to know if your body's producing enough collagen? Rub your elbow and what's it feel like?
And if you can't lick it, you definitely need a bottle.
Yeah. Hey, listen, start a whole new trend, right? Why not? But no, it's good for you. This is the thing. It's getting back into these things. You know, I was pleased to see you doing that because it is out of your comfort zone. I
was literally terrified of putting my face on the internet more publicly and people being
They didn't
horrible.
run for the hills though, did they, darling?
No, I just thought people were going to say horrible things to me.
But they didn't?
No, not yet.
Sweetheart, storytelling. Do you remember storytelling from the transformation program? Where we don't have all the answers, but we put 2 and 2 together and we get 794.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with my personal life right now.
Yeah. So that's the thing, we've got to avoid, like, if we don't know all the facts, if we don't have all the information, we've got no business jumping to a conclusion. So it's like, the chances are nobody's going to turn around to you and say, oi mate, what are you doing? Are they?
No.
Based on what you've seen so far. So carry on. I think it suits you. When you can, get back into it. I don't know anything about the company. There was just that woman that looked a bit negative, and I don't know if she's negative, but just the way she was standing, I went, ooh.
I do know, yeah. She's not had an easy life.
Yeah, okay. No, it doesn't need, you know, I don't know her at all.
She'd give you her last penny.
Bless her. No, I don't know her at all. It's just from the way she was holding herself. I just, you know, when I get my spidey senses tingling.
Yeah. When I met her, she did have a lot of things to tell me about people, and I was a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So, how you said the love life is ick? What's going on?
So I enjoy all of the time I spend with him.
Yep.
No doubt about it. That he doesn't put a foot wrong when we are together. So it's not a waste of time. But
it's not going anywhere.
I'm at that point where I need to know when I mean, at the moment, I'm not in the right place, but
yeah, that's
when I am ready, when I want more from a relationship, will I ever get it from him, or do I need to look elsewhere for that?
I think we'd come to the conclusion before that he just doesn't want commitment and he's commitment phobic, isn't he?
Well, he keeps saying things that make me think that he has feelings, but I know that he can't talk about feelings.
But do you want to be, this is the thing, do you then want to be with somebody who can't express their feelings?
He's not as bad as he was.
Okay.
But it's kind of like, if I want to pursue getting married and having a baby,
he might not be the one for you then.
Will I ever get that for him?
Yeah.
Or do I look elsewhere? And I don't know how to articulate that now.
Yeah, no, I know.
Without him saying like, you've got feelings, run away. I don't want to lose him now.
I'll sum it up for you quite easily. Don't date his potential. Date who he is, who he shows you to be. That's all I'm going to say on it. Because women are great at dating potential.
He is brilliant. He looks after me so well.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be 40 and have a boyfriend that isn't, you know. It can only go on for so long. Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the relationship in that you get on, you don't fight, you like spending time together, but there has to be a line in the sand at some point. If you were 22, so what?
Exactly. That's the thing. If I was a lot younger, it wouldn't have the same impact as it does now. I very much feel like the clock is ticking. If I want certain things. Or would I ever find that? It is.
Well, you don't know, but what you do know is that if you stay with somebody that definitely doesn't want that and isn't intending to do that, then the answer is definitely no. You know, you may date somebody else and there may be a possibility, there may not be a possibility. But if he's not ready and he doesn't want that, then the answer is 100% no.
Yeah.
So, again, you know, you've got to date, listen to who he tells you he is and listen to who he shows you he is. Don't fill in the missing blanks, because if somebody says to you, I don't want a relationship, I'm not ready, believe them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even if
I feel like I need to ask, but I don't want him to
run away,
freak out and run away. Yeah. But he does say to me things like, oh, like you've caught the feels and all that, and then he made a joke the other day about someone you love and then turned it into something crude. But I'm like, is he trying to gauge how I feel or not? I don't really know.
Well, you can't guess that. Just pay attention to who he shows you he is. And at some point you're going to have that conversation again.
Yeah.
But not when you're poorly.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's got to be had, because you need to know where you stand.
Yeah.
As I said, if you're 22,
I don't want to be left with nothing, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's like, if he's just a placeholder, and you've told me categorically the thing that you most want in the world is to be a mum. You've said that to me before.
I think so. Yeah.
Like a year ago. That's what you said to me. Now things change and we change, but I don't think that has changed, probably, because we compromise ourselves, right? You get that. We go, oh, I don't really mean it. Oh, it's fine. I'll be fine without. But if it's what your heart truly wants, and you know he's got zero intention, but ask him, find out when you're feeling better. Yeah.
And then I could look for somebody else and not find anybody decent at all. So I can't get in this, like.
Yeah, but you know, as I said to you, if he doesn't want kids, then the answer is 100% no.
Yeah.
Well, talk to him at some point. You've got to. This is the thing. It's all very well. I mean, this has been going on for like a year. I mean, it's
only a year now.
It's not unreasonable to say. And if it is unreasonable to say, then do you want to live with somebody that you can't ever talk to about real life?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. All right, Dan. Well, listen, I'm glad it's going better at work. Keep
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of thinking, oh, that's nearly done. What's the next problem? So I don't want to do that.
That's storytelling again, right?
Yeah, I just want to chill for a bit.
Just live in the moment. Well, this is the thing. If you're mindful, if you look at the current situations and glean all the joy and the good bits from it, you won't keep bouncing forward to the future. So don't be on autopilot in what's going on in your life right now. You know, work on yourself, make those changes that you love. Yeah. And then, you know, you won't keep jumping forwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sweet pea.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sally, how you doing, darling? Loving all the gym activity, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm actually worrying about the fact that I'm not going to be able to get there tomorrow. How sad is that?
It's not sad.
I could if I go at 6:30 tomorrow, but I don't know how focused I'll be to go at 6:30 tomorrow.
How many times have you been this week?
So I went Monday. Because I do a lot of weights at the gym. So I've done a long dog walk today.
Yeah.
So I have nearly. So I've completed my exercise circle and almost my step circle. I haven't completed my sit down, stand up circle, which I never complete. I need to reduce that. I don't sit down.
Yeah, but then sometimes it tells me it's time to stand up when I'm already standing up. So I get very confused.
Yeah, like when I'm sitting at rugby, they'll be like, it's time to, like watching Harry and stuff, it's time to stand up. I've been stood up for 2 fucking hours. I stood up, my legs are killing me. I need to sit down.
Why don't you, instead of going to the gym tomorrow, why don't you add some yoga in?
Yeah, so I have I do yoga on the days I don't get to the gym.
So I mean that's the thing, because if you're doing one cardio, one weights, resistance, stretching was not a bad shout.
Yeah, so I can do yoga at home tomorrow and then still do a nice long dog walk, and then I've got time to go to the gym on Thursday. So
there you go. And that's the point. It's like, yeah, it'd be lovely to go to the gym every day, but actually at our age we need weights. We don't need cardio as much. I mean, apart from the old heart things, but we don't need cardio as much. We really need to stretch and strengthen our spine and our skeletal.
Yeah.
You know, and then the weights, because obviously we lose muscle mass. Yucky. Oh my gosh, perimenopause is so much fun. Love it. So how are you doing apart from that? I mean, you seem like, obviously I stalk you all. You get that. Like I watch what's going on, and you seem to be very kind of like, from what I gather, correct me if I'm wrong, what I'm seeing from you at the moment is a lot more resilience. So stuff is still happening, but instead of it sinking you, you're like, oh, shit happened again, bounce back.
Yeah.
Is that quite accurate?
I feel a lot lighter. Like I went to a client last night who she's fairly new to me, but we got into a conversation. I opened up to her about quite a bit of stuff, and she said to me, oh, you just feel so much lighter. She asked me about my holiday, knowing that my ex was going to be there and stuff like that. So it's fine. I said I had the best time. It was awesome. Do you know what I mean? Because I think I've done so much work knowing that certain things were coming up.
Yeah.
It was all okay. And I think almost working on a worst case scenario, actually everything's good. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I mean,
the thing is that when you do the work on yourself, which you have been obviously doing the mind work here, working on your fitness, working on your general health and well-being, you just don't get put off balance as easily.
Yeah.
So it's like it still looks the same, it just doesn't feel the same to you.
And it's recognizing that, like I said the other day when I apologized for like having to go at the kids because something won't work for me, you know, and I've got used to saying, can you just give me a minute? I just need to do this, rather than
losing your shit.
Yeah.
Or so what you're saying is that
and then not getting it done. You know?
So what you're saying is there's a reflective loop happening now.
Yeah.
So you're recognizing what your emotions or your mood is, recognizing what it needs to happen and communicating it.
Yeah, I had a bit of an anxiety attack last night as well. Or because I opened my gas and electric bill email.
Oh, yeah.
And mine isn't terrible. It's not terrible. But obviously we've lost that little bit of help. So it is more money you've got to find. But I think that money-wise, there's a lot going on. And we've had a couple of months that have been a bit icky for us business-wise, both being self-employed. So it just feels like trudging in treacle at the moment. And everybody, well, I didn't want to talk to the teenagers about it, and my husband was asleep and stuff. And when you kind of just want to talk to somebody and get somebody to say it's going to be okay, or just talk it over. And I think it just escalated, and then I didn't sleep very well because of it.
Oh, and then the mood, then it it happens.
Then I'm just tired today, so I've had to just take it down. And so.
I mean, realistically, it will all be okay.
I know.
Because whatever you've been through financially in the past, you've got through it.
I've been through a lot worse. Do
you know what I mean? Like, let's start with COVID and work backwards, right?
I've been bankrupt and all sorts before, so I've been much worse.
Yeah.
So I had my ex just left me in the shitter. So cars repossessed and all kinds of stuff.
I've lived that one. I think I was left with about 31,000 something debt.
I ended up going bankrupt and I was heavily pregnant with Harry. Nice. I was still with my ex, but the stress, my employer at the time paid for me to go bankrupt because she could see what it was doing to my health. And then after Harry was born, my marriage broke. So it was the best thing I ever did because I was in such a better place. They just wrote it off straight away because knew I was going on maternity and stuff. But cars repossessed, and in the middle of the night, not in the middle of the night, but on a dark night on my own. He wasn't, do you know what I mean? It's just quite triggering at times. But be aware that money will still trigger you. Yeah. So I can get a huge bill. My electricity company decided to send me a bill for £1,800 for a month's worth of electricity. And I was like, I don't live at Buckingham Palace, but it makes you panic before you sort it out, because when you've been in that situation where you haven't had money at all, you still get triggered by this feeling of it's all going to go wrong again. They're going to take it away again. I'm going to be in that place. It's going to, I remember spiral. Spiral, and then what am I going to do? And
so just be aware of your triggers. And then it's kind of figuring out, how am I going to bounce back when I am triggered? So knowing you're going to be triggered, start there, right? There's still things that trigger me. Brown envelopes are not my biggest thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're never good news. But I remember, even, and electricity is a big one for me, because I remember when I was basically on my beam's end and they cut off the electricity and I had to go, they installed one of those prepaid meters.
Yeah, been there.
And I had 3 little kids and I had to go up to the shop, or send Gabby up to the shop to put money on this meter. And I remember one time coppering up to get enough, because you had to put like £5 minimum or something. And I remember like literally coppering up to give her the money to walk up to the shop with all this change. And I just thought, how could life get any worse? So when it's, for some reason, when I'm laughing, but it's not funny, but when it was electricity bill, that was my worst thing. So they always trigger me randomly.
Yeah.
So just be aware. And all I want you to do is, when you start to, you just go, I want you to have so it's adding another bit into your reflection loop, because you're already doing the reflection loop, right? It's adding another little bit in. It's going, oh, I've been triggered. So almost as if you're observing it from a distance. Oh, I've been triggered. What do I need to do? And it's having that kind of plan in place of what do you need to do when those things happen, because they will happen again. You'll get a bill that you think,
yeah, like that surprise one where you're like, I thought this was sorted, and you've forgotten about it, and you're just like,
the council tax wrote to us the other day because apparently they hadn't taken the money, which is neither of us fault. And I was like looking at this bill going, I can't pay this, and the Scott's like, yes you can. I was like, oh yeah. But my first instinct was like, run for the hills, panic, it's all going to go badly wrong. So just figure out. So when I have those things, and as I say, I still get triggered by money. So when I have those things, I just sit down and I go, can I actually afford to pay this? Will it be okay? And when I'm calmed down and I'm breathing, I realise that, yes, I can afford to pay it, and it will be okay.
Because that's not the head I have on, because I'm such a, when something comes through the post, I'm like, right, if I've got time, I'm actioning that now. I do it as soon as I don't bury my head in the sand, because I've lived with very head in the sand people my whole life. Yeah. I action everything, even if it stresses me out at the time, like trying to get through to somebody or get it sorted. I'd rather do it. Yeah. And then know where I am with it. Yeah. And what the plan is forward. That's always been my mentality. Maybe because that's
Yeah.
how I've had to be.
Yeah. But it's just different things trigger different people.
Mm.
And it's just knowing what your triggers are and then what you need to do about it. And almost might have you don't need to put it down on paper, but it's almost having that cause and effect type of thing written down. So I get triggered by money or thinking that there's bills that I can't pay. I get triggered when people speak to me like I'm stupid. Triggers me all the time. I ask Scott to take my car in because I don't know anything about cars and I don't want to know anything about cars. Like genuinely, I literally don't give a shit.
I used to have green flag. If my car broke down, when green flag would arrive, and I'd always have green flag, I'd make them explain to me what was wrong with it because I needed to learn, because I broke a car because it didn't fill it with oil and petrol. Not petrol, oil and water, and I blew the head gasket. After that, my mum asked me to ask every mechanic so I could learn more about cars.
Yeah, but for some reason mechanics are the biggest patronizing people on the planet when you're a woman.
100%. I found a garage now, so I know that I will take it and I can talk to them.
Yeah, so it's just again knowing what. So I get triggered by mechanics, weirdly, because they always talk to me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
I get triggered by people being condescending to me, acting like because sometimes men talk to you like you're a bimbo. You know, if you're wearing makeup and your hair's done and like your outfit matches, they talk to you like you're a bit thick.
I've always had that as a beauty therapist though, because they think that you don't need qualifications to be a beauty therapist, but actually you need to pass maths, English and science like everybody else, but also science is really important, and I know a lot about a lot of things. So do not. And actually I got more GCSEs than my brother who's a teacher, so I'm not stupid.
But do you know what I mean? It's just understanding yourself and understanding what triggers you, and then knowing what you have to do about it. So when we talk about panic attacks, it's gone from a worry to an anxious thought to anxiety, and your body at this point joins in, and then you go into a panic attack. So it's trying to calm your body down first, and then looking at what your mind is doing. Because once it's gone into your body and your mind join in together, and they're like angry teenage sisters that shouldn't be in the same room. You know, that feeling. So it's just figuring out how do you calm your body down, because once your body's joined in, it's going to spiral, because your body sends a message to your brain, your brain sends your body, and it goes like this, and your brain's looking for the danger, can't find the danger, right? Because it isn't actually a danger, but it thinks like you're in danger because you showing all the signs of just being about to be eaten by a beast. So it's looking for the danger. So if you can just tell yourself, just calm your body down first, and then just figure out how you're going to deal with the mindset bit.
Don't just open my emails past 9 p.m. because it's really not helpful.
Don't answer emails, don't open posts unless you're in a relaxed state of mind, you know. And it's literally just as simple as that. And then it's like discipline not to do it. And we all storytell, all of us. So I emailed my accountant on Thursday. There's something big at HMRC I need to sort out because they're pestering me and they're wrong. And I emailed about it on Thursday, and she always emails me back the same day. She didn't email me back on Friday. Weird. I left it over the weekend, thought maybe she's busy. I emailed her back on Monday, no response. I called her, she didn't answer me. And I started making stories up in my head. It's all gone wrong. The news is so bad. She doesn't want to tell me. And, you know, they're going to lock me up. Do you know what I mean? And then I had to catch myself and go, Grosvenor, get a grip. Get a grip. And then I just sent her a message going, right, I'm panicking now. What's up? And she just sent me a message straight back. She goes, I'm really sorry. It's year end and I'm dealing with idiot clients that are panicking about all kinds of stuff. I know you're okay. So sorry I haven't answered you back yet. I was like, okay. But we go into storytelling straight away. So it's just catching yourself before you go in there, yeah? But I'm loving your journey. If even you do it, then but it's knowing that you do it, because we all still do it, Amy, right? There's no one on the planet that doesn't tell a story. But when it's catching it as it's happening, not letting it become the film of the day.
I've definitely stopped doing that a lot more. with the whole thing I've had with my brother and sister-in-law and stuff, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
a lot of that was storytelling.
Yeah.
And we started to sort of come back from that.
Yeah.
But I'm almost keeping it business-like and
Whatever
not
you have to
getting
do.
caught up in there.
Yeah,
drama.
whatever you have to do. I created a business relationship with my ex-husband. Dear Nadine, please kindly note, blah, 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 thank you and kind regards. That's how I talk to him, because then I have a degree of separation where I don't have to get involved.
Yeah, take the emotion out. Yeah.
Don't want anything to do with him, so just keep it like business.
Yeah.
Works every time. Because then it's just like you're writing to a naughty, supplier company or something. It doesn't matter.
No.
But yeah, storytelling at its finest. Love, not. Bless you, but keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes.
It's going well. I'm loving watching it, genuinely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tash, are you there, Bobs? And Melissa, I don't know are you listening in, or are you wanting to chat tonight? Just let me know. Just put it in the chat, darling. I don't know if you're able to chat. I don't know if your little one's in bed, maybe. Melissa has a little one. Isabella, I'm going to say. We'll say Isabella, who doesn't sleep very well at night times. So, how are you, Tash?
Up and down.
Yeah.
Up and down. So I've had the last couple of weeks have been a real roller coaster of good and absolute
shit.
Rubbish. Yeah, absolute bollocks, to be quite honest with you. So you know about my dog.
Yeah, bless him.
Yeah.
Did you go and see the other one yet, or is that next weekend?
We're not doing it.
Okay.
We sat and talked about it and decided that although both of us were like, our hearts were saying yes, the woman was messing us about. She wouldn't send us pictures, and she was talking about meeting us halfway, which is about 2.5 hours from where we are. But talking to somebody else who has had experience with her, they said that she may not turn up even. And we weren't, I'm not in a place where I can get that invested and then for it to not happen at all.
To be honest, when you said to me, meet halfway, I don't know if you saw my face, but I remember going, oh.
Yeah. So
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to pour water on it, but I just thought, no.
And there were lots of red flags and and I was just like, do you know what? I'm not in a place emotionally where I could deal with something else. And then on Thursday, I want to say Thursday, I was working from home, and my daughter's other half wasn't very well, and he called us and said that her cat was really poorly, and we got there. We got down there. They're only 2 doors away, and he was dying. She's had him since she was 11.
Oh, I think you told me about this. Yeah, bless him.
So we had to rush him to the vets, meet her there. Luckily, he stayed with us until she got there, and then we had to have him put to sleep. So that was really rubbish as well. And then tonight we've picked up Jesse's ashes. But in the middle of that, I've had my sister's 40th birthday celebration on Saturday, went out for a curry. And I passed another one of my exams. So
yay, you're level 3?
No, level 2. So still level 2. So I've got another result for my level 2 to come, but I got 97% in my
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
So I'm really, that was a real highlight of the week, to be honest with you. And the 40th birthday curry on Saturday was nice, with my sisters and my mum and dad, so that was good. But like I said, it's been so up and down, I kind of don't know where I am half the time.
Yeah, you kind of like going up and then meeting yourself halfway on the way back, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday I literally I've had a nap at lunchtime, and then I crawled into bed for another couple of hours in the evening, and that was me done, really, to be honest with you. I just needed to sleep.
Yeah,
Just needed
you know very, I mean, I always say this, you know, when we get to a certain age, we should genuinely have a nap in the afternoon. You know, genuinely, like a 20-30 minute nap just does us good. You know, all those hormones are raging. You just need a bit of a break.
Yeah, no, I just got to that point where I was like, you know what, I've getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning doesn't suit me.
No,
I'm not a morning person. I hate the morning, and I'm very lucky in the fact that although Scott isn't a morning person, he will get up and he will make my breakfast and make me a cup of tea. And
we like Scots, don't we?
Yeah, we do. He does all the stuff that I genuinely can't do. I have to do it the night before or it doesn't get done. But he insists on doing it in the morning. So I literally just get up, get dressed and put one foot in front of the other and get in the car.
Me too. And it works, you know, because my Scott as well is more disciplined than me in the mornings. I'll be disciplined when it comes to doing my yoga and my journaling, but you know, emptying the dishwasher and shit like that is just not going to happen.
I'm all right once I get to about 10 o'clock. Once I get to about 10 o'clock, I'm fine. But anything kind of before 8 and you've got no hope. Sometimes not even that. Sometimes 9 o'clock. It's like very much depends. So so I'm just letting myself do what I need to do this week. Good. And just letting it go, because I've been 1 minute I've been okay, then I've been crying, then I've been okay, then I've had a migraine. And
it's just releasing, because grief is horrific. And it doesn't matter if it's, you know, a person or a pet, it's how you feel about them. And some losses are huge.
To be honest with you, and this is going to sound awful, I find losing pets harder than losing people in some respects, because you spend so much time with them. And so for me, and I said this to Scott earlier, we got Jessie in 2019 and Jessie was our first pet together. She was our first fur baby. And when we had the failed IVF in 2021, she kept me going.
I get it. So, my German Shepherd, you've heard me talk about him before, Blue. When I was going through all the violence and stuff in my marriage, it was me and him against the world. We used to walk out through the desert on a Friday morning, sit there, and I'd tell him all my woes, and he'd just sit there and, oh my God, his eyes, it makes me cry just thinking about his eyes. And he'd just sit and look at me and just kind of put his head on my shoulder, and he would just like, he didn't care what he was always there. And when he died, I think there was so much of me that just kind of could not cope without him by my side, really. Because I felt like when he died, I didn't have anyone else.
No. But
I get it. It's a big thing. That's why I won't have any more. So I won't have any more German Shepherds. I feel like I'd be cheating on him.
Do you know what? It's funny you say that, because if we hadn't have got the Spaniels when we did, I don't think we wouldn't have another dog for a long time. It took us. So I had a Cocker Spaniel for 14 years, and we didn't have. When she went, we didn't have a dog for ages, and then we got Jess. And we got the Spaniels before Jess went, and if we hadn't, we wouldn't have got them. So
I mean, we lose cats semi-regularly because they get knocked over because they're idiots. Well, Lily's just sitting in front of the door, the rudest cat I've ever known in my life. She's not aggressive, she's not violent, she's just rude. She doesn't give a shit. Not one ounce given.
Yeah, but cats are like that though, aren't they? Cats don't care.
No, well, all of my cats are my whole life, I don't know why, but I've had incredibly loving, caring, beautiful cats that love to be stroked. She was a lockdown cat, and she just got like delusions of grandeur. And she just, not 1 ounce is given. She's beautiful, and she knows she's beautiful, and she just looks at you and goes, oh, yeah. I'll show you, she's stunning. Bright blue eyes, this beautiful fur, and she just looks at you. Like she's the cat that you'll go up and try and stroke, and she'll just move far enough away that your arm can't reach her.
Yes, yeah.
Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Like, what?
No. Do you remember Myrtle?
Vaguely,
so we lost Myrtle in at the end in February.
Yeah.
She got knocked down. And when I was working from home, she'd sit on the dining room table whilst I was working, but far enough so I couldn't reach her.
So you had to stand up if you wanted to
So
leave.
I had to stand up if I wanted to get her down off the table. But as soon as I stood up, she'd get down. And then as soon as I sat down, she'd get back up again. And she'd just sit there literally sticking 2 fingers up at me. And it was like, I don't understand. She ate plants. She
Lily we've had to nearly call the fire brigade because she's gone so far up a tree. This is my rag doll that is supposed to be all limp and cute. She walks across the roof of the stables.
Yeah.
Not bothered.
Yeah.
When I said the roof, I mean, it's a double floor. So my studio is above the stables. And it's like walking on the top of the roof, and she didn't care.
No, Myrtle was just an arse. She was just
she is. She is. I'm looking at her now. She's so beautiful, and she's just sitting there. This is the thing. She's sitting in front of the door, right? She's been wanting to go out for about 20 minutes. She wouldn't bother her ass to meow. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just too much effort. I'll just sit here until peasant woman gets up and lets me out. That's what goes on in her head.
Yeah.
No, I think sometimes you need to replace a pet with another pet straight away.
If you don't, you won't do it.
Yeah, so it's either it happens straight away or it needs a grieving period.
Yeah, or it needs a very, very long time. And like Addison, my daughter, when Marbles went on Thursday, bless her, she was there while he was being put to sleep, and her crying, as a mum,
oh God,
breaks you.
You just want to give her a kitten like with a bow around it in his, and don't you?
She's got, luckily my sister gave her a kitten, Bella, a few months ago, because we saw this coming. We knew this was going to happen. So she's got Bella, and she's got my other cat, Tinkerbell, who's 13. So she's
still got company.
She's still got company, and thankfully. But in all honesty, I mean, Marbles was funny. Marbles was a hilarious cat. He was a big ginger tomcat, and he had the best personality. I walked into the bathroom one day to find him sat on the sink chewing my toothbrush, and I was like,
why not?
What are you doing? And then I realized I didn't actually know how long he'd actually been doing that for.
Nice, right?
Yeah. So I was like, right, we're getting new toothbrushes.
Yeah.
I don't know how long. Yeah. And then I had to find somewhere to put them where he couldn't sit next to them, so that I knew he wasn't chewing them anymore.
It's one of those where you start sticking them to the walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my female cat drinks out of the loo in the family bathroom, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. You just find her. She goes spread-eagled. She's a tiny little thing. And then she just leans her head forward. So all you see is this cat's ass in the air. And it's just like,
why?
Yeah, why, baby? Oh, hello.
Why? You have a clean bowl of water and you've decided to drink out of the loo.
Yeah,
lovely.
Yes, absolutely. Lily's now looking at me, licking her lips. Is it dinner time, darling? Do you want to see? I'll show Lily to you. 1 second.
Go on then.
Come here, sweet pea. She'll meow because she hates everyone. There you go, Lily.
Oh, she's beautiful,
and she knows it. Say hi.
She's so pretty. Oh, look at that face.
Yeah. This is I don't give a shit face.
She is so gorgeous.
Yeah, she knows it.
Look. Oh. She's got that. She's got that
face. Yeah.
She definitely has, hasn't she?
Yeah. If you look up resting bitch face in the dictionary, you see her. It's ridiculous. Honestly, seriously, that's what
she invented it. She
did, and she mastered it. Now she's selling it out as a program.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah, rude cat. Yeah, so sweetheart, I'll just catch up with the messages. Yeah, Melissa, don't worry, sweetie pie. I know the little one is quite often poorly. It's Isabella, yay! Sorry, Melissa did the transformation program. I try and remember everybody's cats and families and dogs and stuff. Yeah. Because that's what I story tell in my head. So in my head, whenever I'm talking to somebody, I have a mind map. It's a thing. It's a spectrum thing. But I know who goes where and what goes on.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I haven't spoken a certain name for a while, it disappears. I'm huzzah. This is Isabella, bless her. Most days I have 20 minutes. Yeah, around 4 p.m. Yeah. and this is the thing, it's actually it's like how old are you now, Sally? You're like 41, 40, I'm going to say 41, 42.
Bless you, just turned 45.
Okay, cool. So that's bang smacking kind of perimenopausal territory. And that's why, and that just does you good. You just feel like a human again. Because you get to the point where you feel inhumane. I will lose my shit when my cat goes, she's big mama's, oh, bless you. Beaves likes to sit on the bookshelf. Yeah. One of my cats, oh, right. One of my cats likes to sit on my laptop if I'm working in bed. But he's just a spoiled little brat. He's just the cutest thing ever. Yeah, so Tash, I mean, it's one of those things, you've just got to give yourself that time to grieve, I think. There's nothing much more you can do. You have to grieve for pets, as I said, or replace them straight away. It's either A or B. Like, I don't think I could actually get another German Shepherd, and I lost Blue 14 years ago.
Yeah, no. We've kind of talked about it. We decided that because Scott's just had an MRI for his back, and he's got 2 slip discs in his back.
Okay, so between the two of you, you've got enough going on.
We're doing really well between us. Do you know what I mean? I don't think
if you put you both together, you might make one whole human. It'd be a bit weird there with Scott's legs and your back, and it would look a bit odd, but there you go.
We're trying between us, but it's just one of those times. And do you know what, I think you just pull yourself through it and get through it however you can.
I mean, but strength, not so much strength, but more resilience. So don't think about closing your eyes and ears and just soldiering on. Just think, I'm just going to deal with this. It is what it is. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to be considerate. I'm going to do what I have to do to get through it.
Just taking things one day at a time. And getting through it, and
just recognize it for what it is. It's sad, and it's okay to be sad, because it is sad. We don't have to pretend it's not.
The bad moments is shit, but then they're interspersed with really funny moments, like the fact that George has got a floppy hairdo at the moment because
I saw that. It's really cute.
He looks like Mr. Majika most of the time. And the boys have eaten my sight pass, so I will have to work from home for the next week. Unfortunately, that's a shame, isn't it?
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting. Jenna wants to get a dog just so that dog can eat her homework sometimes. I don't think that's quite how it works. She's like, "Can we have a dog?" I was like, "Why?" And she goes, "Because I need it to eat my homework. I haven't finished it." Like, it's not.
Yeah.
But I think George would genuinely eat her homework, wouldn't he?
Fred would. Fred shreds absolutely everything. My pass. I'll show you the remnants of my sight pass. That is my sight. Yeah, and we only went. That's the holder that it's supposed to go in.
Well, I saw what you did to the journal.
Yeah.
I hope you've hidden the new one.
Yes, the new one was in my work bag, so they couldn't get to that one. They've been banned from all those kind of things, but they're trouble.
Yeah,
the pair of them. So
I think it's like that though when you get twins. Like I had 2 kittens together, brother and sister, and they get up some right mischief even till now. Yeah, because they've known each other all the time, so it's just like, Do you know, my sister had twins when her firstborns were twins, and when she used to bring them over for me to look after, the first time I had them overnight, she handed them over with a bag and the nappy bag and everything and all their stuff and a roll of duct tape. And I looked at her and I was like, what can I ask what the duct tape's for? Am I taping the babies down? And she was like, no, you have to tape their nappies on, because if you don't, they will take each other's nappies off. And I was like, right, okay. Wow.
Yeah, because they slept in the same cot, so you had to duct tape their nappies onto them to stop them from undressing each other.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's hilarious, isn't it?
Oh, it was hilarious. And the best one was when because the AJ and Cora, we were out in the back garden, and their dad, AJ, said, "Oh, I need the toilet," and their dad said, "Well, go and have a wee in the corner," which isn't quite what I would have said, but anyway. So AJ went and had a wee up the fence, and Cora was stood next to him trying to wee up the fence with him. But obviously she's a girl.
Yes.
It doesn't quite work like that.
No. What is it? Men have a fascination with weeing on stuff. My dad comes, this is very odd and way too much information, but I compost. So my dad sometimes comes and wees on the compost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being funny, Dad, but there's like 4 bathrooms in there. Can you just go and wee in the house somewhere?
But it's good for its nitrogen.
Yeah, this is what he tells me. But I'm like, that's just weird that you go around to somebody else's house and wee in the compost. It's like, ew, I don't want to open it now.
No, I know. I
brother,
know where you're coming from.
My brother used to wee in the sink when he was younger because he was so drunk he couldn't get upstairs. So he'd wee in the kitchen sink, and I'm like, who does that?
I've known men that wee in the wardrobe when they're drunk.
Ooh, you've known.
I don't understand that one personally.
No. Well, they probably open the door and think it's the bathroom.
Yeah. But
yeah, I don't know what it is with men and fascination just weeing in strange places. When we lived in Cairo, there was a boy that was from South Africa, and he would come and play with the girls, and if he needed a wee, he'd just whip it out and start weeing in the garden. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm like, there's little girls. Like, I had 3 little girls.
Yeah.
Like, put it away. They don't know what one is, Thank you. And he was just like, and he'd like wave it around, perfectly happy.
Yeah. But boys, and I, as I discussed, because I've got 4 sisters, and of course I had a little girl.
Yeah.
I had no concept of what little boys were like. My best friend had a little boy, and honestly, they really are from a different planet, completely and utterly from a different planet entirely.
Yeah, my best friend had a little boy, and I looked after him for a while, and I didn't realise they wee in your face.
Yeah,
so wee straight in my face. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, it goes up, and then it just they pee.
It aims at you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sally's saying she's got it in her eyes and her ears. I'm used to little girls, they're neat, they're tidy.
Yeah. I remember my friend's little boy weeing on his own face.
Yeah.
It was going up like a nice little arch, and he was laying there.
But it's like, when you've got a hose and you're not holding it, and somebody puts the water on and it goes like that. Genuinely.
Yeah. My nephew, so AJ again, my nephew was staying here. He was only about 3 or 4, and there was a couple of instances actually. One where I was running him a bath, and he went to go for a wee, and I talked to him. I said something to him, and he turned round, but he carried on peeing, so he peed on my feet. I was like, no, turn back round and I can carry on talking to you. You don't have to look at me, it's fine. And then there was another one where I was not in the bathroom, but I heard the toilet seat slam, and then I heard him squeal.
Oh.
And I went running into the bathroom. I said, "Are you okay?" And what he did was he used to stand there, he'd whop it out and hold it over the rim, but he wouldn't hold anything. So he just stand there and pee. And the lid fell down and squashed it. Well, he between sobs, he was like, "Oh, Auntie Tasha, it really hurts. Can you kiss it better?" And I was like, "No."
Oh, hell no.
I was like, no, I really can't.
There's limits.
No, I love you, but no.
Yeah, absolutely not. Ew.
So I had to ring my sister and explain to her that although he'd said that to me, I hadn't, and I had no intention of.
Bless. Well, I mean, it's sometimes we get on these calls and there's not loads of us on tonight. And sometimes it's just so nice to have a giggle, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know about you, but I feel like, I feel great now.
Yeah.
Bless your soul. All right, my lovelies. Well, what day are we on? Tuesday, so it's Wind Down Wednesday tomorrow. We're still doing Productivity Month. Got Gotta love a bit of productivity. If there's anything that you need from me, just tag me in the group. And if not, I will speak to you tomorrow. All right, my darlings, take care. Bye.